Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we're going to be making this card or variation on this card. I thought this was so pretty. I liked this stamp set. It is Artistically Inked and I'm using this one for here, and then my words, the thank you words, are from Love What You Do. This one right here, the thank you. So this to me looks like alcohol ink. You know, like when you do the alcohol ink and you kind of blow it all out of the way. That's kind of what this looks to me. Obviously it's not. It's rubber stamps using regular cardstock and dye-based ink. So let's do this. If you don't have this stamp set, there are other stamp sets out there that kind of have this look and feel to them. Just check it out. But just so you know, Artistically Inked, this is by Stampin Up. All the stamps that we're using today are by Stampin Up. This is a red rubber stamp, so I don't know what year this is. I can't really find years on this, but I think that makes this one a little bit older. Let's see. I see everything except a date. Yeah, I don't see a date. But anyways, that's what I'm using. Now, my thought was that we could do different colors than, you know, what I did here. I mixed them up, but I'm thinking doing 2 pink ones or 2 blue-green ones. And then I've backed everything with black paper. Of course, if you've watched me before, you know I absolutely love to do that. I just think it makes the colors pop when you line things or back things with black paper. So let's move that out of the way. So for the background, we're using this one. And I did, let me move this, a whole different color variations. We're going to start with this color variation first. So it's Strawberry Slush and Tangelo Twist. Let's see, we only need 1 of these. So I'm going to do this at the top and the bottom instead of mixing the colors. So what I did is I pretty much did the whole thing with the Tangelo Twist. And then I came in with the Strawberry Slush. If I can get it to close. And I kind of just did a couple highlights. You huff on it, that ignites the ink. I know I'm working white paper on white paper. So there's that. So I'm going to come back in with that orange. Just do a couple highlights with the pink. Turn it around, do the bottom. And I'm leaving a space in the middle. So there's that one. Let's do one more of those. Grab the paper, doing the whole thing in orange. Then I'm just doing a couple areas in the pink. I'm huffing on it to moisten the ink a little bit. Now notice I am inking every single stamping impression. I want this first generation stamping on each one. There's that. Okay. I'm good with this color combination. Let me clean off my stamp and the block. And we're going to do the purpley blue combinations. I'm trying to close these. And we're going to move these to the side. My goal is to get 5 cards done in this video. So craft along with me as we do that. So we're going to do 3 of the blue purpley combinations. Now for that one, I'm using Wisteria Wonder and Lost Lagoon. I'm going to cover everything in the purple. And then we're going to do the highlights in the Lost Lagoon. Let's move some of these things here. There. Okay, so let's cover in the purple, and let's just do a couple little accents in that turquoisey kind of color. There. Actually, let me just do that. There's that. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I got a fingerprint, but that is okay. I'm gonna cover it. There. Can't even see it. Last one. So I'm huffing on each and every time I stamp. Purple almost gives it like a gray hue. I kind of like it. It's kind of pretty. So there's that part done. So let's clean this off. We're going to put this away because we are done with this. We are done with these, so we can put these away. Done with this. We're going to put this over here. Now we're going to do the flowers. Now the flowers, I only have a couple papers here. What I want to do is I'm going to fussy cut. Let's just do a giant paper with them instead of using up some of my scraps. So I'm doing this one in Hello Honey and Calypso Coral. I know, once again, working white on white, it's hard to see where everything is. So I'm going to do the whole thing, whoops, the whole thing in the yellow, and then just kind of the edges in that coral. Oh, I didn't huff on it. That's pretty, just with the edges. Okay, so let's ink that up. Let's just do a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more there. I don't know what fell behind this. So let me move a couple of these little bundles here. Oh. Nice. Oh, I like that. And we're just going to go ahead and do all 6. And I'm not worried about contaminating the ink pad or anything like that. Nice. Okay. Let's clean this off. Let's put this away. And frankly, the fussy cutting of this stuff is what takes the longest out of anything. Let's go with this. There. Those are sticky. Very sticky. Okay, we are done with these. Let's get all of these off. Here, we'll move that up there. Now, while I'm fussy cutting these out, you can see that I did one on the exact black cardstock behind. I have some black circles here. I kind of want to give that a try and see how that's going to work. Just something a little different. So I'm making a bunch of thank you cards. I am doing some birthday cards. So some of these I might not do the thank you. Oh, let me get that in frame. Some of these I might not do the thank you on them. So let's grab, where did I put those circles? I put the circles right here. Oh, looks like the circle's up and walked away. All right, did I put them over here? I just had them. I'm always doing this. All right, let's see. Well, I have these. I could use that. Need be. I just had the circles. Huh. I just had them 2 seconds ago. Let's see, did I move them over here? No. Okay. Well, that's odd. I just had a whole stack, and I counted them to make sure I had enough. Oh, there they are. They were right there the whole time. You know what? I think I do want to use the circle. I think I like that. So I was going to do, well, I'm going to do one cutting it on the black paper too, because I wanted to show you that. Okay, so let's put all of those back over there. This will just make it easier for me. Okay, here we go. Let's get these fussy cut out. So typically what I do, I'm right-handed, so I typically hold the scissors in my right hand. These are spring-loaded scissors. Slowly close the scissor as I move the paper with my left hand. And that's how I'm getting in like the nooks and the crannies of where I choose to go within the rubber stamped image to fussy cut it out. There. I'm going to show you another trick that I do once we get these all cut out. when you don't have foam tape. Because once again, I had foam tape, and that up and walked away too. But I have another idea. And it's much cheaper and much more economical. What I want to do is, I want to glue, oh, here's my scrap ones. I want to glue, I want to glue that so I can come in and trim that when that is dry. We'll do 2 of these. And then the rest we're going to do on those black circles. So we're going to let those dry. I have a lot of cards to make. I know I'm doing a couple card videos back to back, but I'll try and spread them out a little bit. I need to get a lot of jewelry made. So I need to start doing some jewelry videos. I need to finish up my mushroom fairy journal. So that, I just got a box. I like to use cereal boxes, and I don't eat cereal really at all. My son will eat it on occasion, so I finally got a box. I think I have 2 boxes actually now saved up. So we're gonna be putting that all sort of together. What I like to do is make all my little tchotchkes ahead of time, all the things that I put into the journal. So I do have a nice box of tchotchkes that's ready to go. And of course my mom has been making a whole bunch of tchotchkes, so I want to make a journal just with her stuff. And that's going to be a very sort of vintage feel journal for her. Very vintage, you know, ladies and paper dolls and, you know, all that fun stuff. Yeah, this is ready. So I have to, she makes the tchotchkes. I'm going to make the journal, put everything in it, and then do whatever final touches need to be made. I have some fabric. She bought some fabric a while ago too for me to use. So we'll see which fabric I'm going to use. And then I want to get these cards, card base, folded. So let's grab those. And my bone folder. So I was all excited. My son graduated high school. And my son has some medical things. So he has an IEP, or had an IEP, because of his medical needs. And when I tell you, school was calling me or texting me all the damn time. I am not exaggerating. And I was so happy when he graduated, because I thought, oh, finally, The phone is going to stop ringing. Was I wrong? Today alone, I got a little bit of a migraine because of all this. So if I'm a little behind the 8 ball sounding, that's why. Today, well, actually, it started yesterday. I got a text bright and early in the morning from the new people that deliver his chemo. So it was a text. Do you want the chemo delivered? The time is now. It's ready. Okay, this is a brand new company to us. That's not how the old company did it, but okay, fine. You know, we're talking, this is like $40,000 worth of medicine. They're asking me in a text if I want the medicine sent to me again. I thought, okay, that's a little weird, but okay, whatever. So I'm rounding the corners on the black layer as well as the white base card. So, okay, I ordered the medicine. This is yesterday still. Then I get a call, I don't know, maybe 2 hours later from his medical facility. The head pharmacist is calling. I'm like, oh, what? So she calls. And she's like, I'm sorry, did you get a call saying your son's chemo is no longer going to be covered by the insurance? He's been on this chemo for years. He's been on chemo for years. He's going to be on chemo for the rest of his life. He was on 3 chemos, and he just came off 2 of them. And now he's on this one. So he was on 3 chemos for 2 years. And now they're hoping his body will not make antibodies against it, which means his body's rejecting the chemo. So that's why he went on the other chemos to stop his body from rejecting it. So now they're putting him on a different chemo. It's supposedly the same, but a different formulary and blah, 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 blah. It's kind of the generic version. But it's not the same. So I can't say it's the same medicine because I asked that. I'm like, can I say it's the same medicine? She's like, no, it's not the same medicine. And it's all because of insurance. So now he's going to go through trial and error with all this crap one again for this one. So yesterday was... well, it was multiple texts because I had to keep texting them back. Is this your address? Yes. Is this? So, I mean, that ended up being like 7 texts back and forth. Then I had 2 phone calls with the head pharmacist. Then today, the doctor's office is calling me bright and early. For this medicine, not even about this medicine. So I had 3 phone calls for that doctor, then about the medicine again. Another company called me twice, and then I'm going to be getting another phone call from another place. So this place brokers the medicine. The other place is going to be the one actually mailing the medicine. It's a headache. It's a headache. And I'm like, I just want to be done with these phone calls. Like, it is a full-time job. And now that my son has turned 18, he's thinking he's Mr. can handle everything because he's an adult. Well, I am his medical proxy. And I'm like, you want to do all these things by yourself? You have at it, kid. And he's sitting there and he's listening to me and all the stuff I have to deal with. And I'm like, you have no idea how time-consuming this is. Not to mention it's giving me a headache. I mean, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to help him. Don't get me wrong. I am venting. Because people have no idea, unless you have a chronically ill kid or you're chronically ill yourself. I mean, I'm chronically ill myself too. I had to deal with today alone, 2 texts about my personal doctor. Everybody texts now, which, I mean, I don't mind. I just want a heads up. So not only did I have to deal with his stuff, but I was dealing with my stuff, which my stuff was easy peasy in the long run. It was all medical, all day. I kept trying to sit down and make my videos, and it was like call after call after call. Ugh, I'm sick of it. I just want to sit and craft. And part of me is like, you want to do all this stuff yourself, kid? You have at it. He would have no clue. No clue whatsoever. And then, of course, we saw the eye doctor the other day. So then you're getting texts repeatedly about giving them like good reviews if you had good experience, which, you know, I'm happy to do. We did have a good experience. And they were very, very, very accommodating for my allergies specifically, because it's very problematic. And they totally accommodated me. And I appreciated that. So I will give them a very good review. But my point is that added to my... Oops. Oh, this one's too big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I cut this paper wrong? Oh, the paper's cut wrong. Oh, that was one of my scrap ones. That's what that was. Here. Let me make sure this is the right one. Yeah. So, yeah. Full day of medical. You think you're done with the school? Oh, I got around the corners on this one. And then the medical stuff kicks in. Once again, happy to help the kid out. But it was my all day. Because you talk to one and then they got to get back to you, and it takes an hour if you're lucky for them to get back to you. I mean, sometimes it's 4 hours or 4 days. Okay. Ooh, got that part done. Now let's round the corners on all of these. I like doing things sort of assembly style. I'll throw these little bits away in a second. So, yeah. Just to sit down and craft. That's a break. And they made 2 appointments, and they don't think they're going to keep both for my son, but they're like, just keep them anyways. I'm like, okay. And they wanted to give us like first thing in the morning, and I'm like, no. We are driving an hour and a half each way to get to you. Give me something later. And she did. The girl understood. So I was very happy about that. I view myself as semi-retired. It does not do my body any justices to get up. I'm awake, but I don't want to be up and out at the crack of dawn because I pay for it probably for 2 days. So I have no problem saying no to things like this now. And then these are going to have that flower piece in the middle. This is why I craft. I craft to sort of decompress from all that baloney that I have to put up with. And then I think the thing I feel the worst about is, you know, my son does the injections himself for the chemo. Oh, did I make an extra one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did make an extra one. Oh, that's all right. And he's got that kind of down pat. I used to have to give him, well, he used to go in the hospital for infusions, and those would take 9 hours for his chemo infusions. And we'd have to do that. Started off at every 3 months. Then it went to every 2 months. Then it went to 6 weeks. Then it went to every 4 weeks, so once a month. We'd have to do that. And we'd have to get checked into the hospital. Oh, it was a rigmarole. And it was a pain in the butt, you know, especially for my son. Then the global shutdown came and they didn't allow us to go into the hospital anymore to do that. So they never taught me how to do this injection that I had to give him. And oh my gosh, was I just beside myself on how to give this injection, because I didn't want to hurt him. So we watched so many YouTube channels, and you know, I had called different people on the phone, but it's on the phone. It's not like it's in person where I'm seeing it. And then finally he got switched to this medicine, like I said, about 2 years ago. And then he's like, you know what, I think I want to try doing it myself. That's okay. So this one isn't a needle, like the other one was an actual needle. It was like a needle that I had to inject into him. I'm not a nurse. This one, it's like an auto injector pen. And I think I'm making more of these than I need, but that's okay. And he does that himself. And, you know, I'm super proud of him. He does a very, very good job. But now this is going to be a different mechanism, a different lever, so to speak, that's on the pen itself. So it's going to be something new that, once again, we're not going to be trained in how to do. We're just going to have to figure it out yet again. I don't understand this. It's like baloney. So I told the head one at the pharmacy, I'm like, when it comes in, I'm going to have my son call you. I'll be on the phone. So you can walk him. Don't walk me through it. I'm not the one doing it. I'm just going to stamp thank you right down here at the bottom. Make sure it's, yep. And I said, you're going to talk to him. And you're going to walk him through it. And she agreed. She's like, yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Oh, there's the one. Okay, I'll glue that there in a second. So now he's going to have to learn that whole thing. Put this over here. And I mean, he'll be fine with that. But I just hope it's not painful. The last med that he was on is an extremely painful med, and they wanted to give him this one years and years ago. And we said no to it because we knew the formulary was extremely painful. Not the actual injection, it's the medicine itself was very painful. So luckily they reformulated it. It's still painful, but I guess it's considerably better. And I said that to this woman. I said, is this formulary painful? And she said, yes, it is. So we will see. I am concerned about that for him because he also has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and that's the third most painful disease in the world. he doesn't need more pain. And if that's going to cause him more pain, heads are going to roll. Let's just put it that way. I won't tolerate it. There's no need of causing a child more pain. Okay, I digress. So, what do we do when we can't find our foam squares? We go from that to this. So what I did is I took my scraps and I glued them all together. So let's just glue a whole bunch of scraps together. And I'm just going to keep gluing them together. Are these the wider ones? Yeah, they are, but that's okay. Now by gluing these together, I am creating a new thickness. This is going to give my little flowers a little bit of a lift off this. I am using my scraps like us junk journalers do. And you know, I'm using my scraps, I'm recycling, I'm the whole bit, you know, but I'm not having to go out and buy another product that clearly I've lost. So I'm using what I got. So I'm just going to glue a bunch of these together. And then, let me grab my other scissors. These are my good scissors. Because this is thick. And then let's just cut some of these. And then this is what I am going to attach to the back of the flowers. And you'll see it's going to give it a little bit of a lift. And this one, I'm going to glue this one to itself. Put that there. This one isn't as thick, but I was going to glue this one to itself. Let that dry. Glue this one to itself. This one's a lot thicker now, mega thick. And just cut chunks. Flip this over. And as long as you keep them the same height, this works. And nobody's going to see the back. So let's see if I can get it. Yeah, you can see how thick that is. I mean, I know it was a little fuzzy, but yeah, you can see how thick that is. That is going to give my piece a little bit of a lift, just like foam squares, foam dots. Can you see? There, you can see that. See the lift? There. And I'm using scraps that we already have. I mean, yes, I use my scraps in other projects anyways, but how cool is that? There. Kind of a fun trick. Now this one is that circle. Let's cut this in half. And then, you know, you don't need 50 million of those glue dots anyways. The trick for this is just keep them the same thickness. There. I think I want to cut this one. And I'm going to cut this one. Now, if you were to put this through the mail, this isn't going to squish. It's perfectly fine. When you put things through the mail, they test to make sure the certain thickness of it. They put it through this little die cut hole thing. And yeah, this is my last one. And as long as it fits through that, it's perfectly fine to ship with the regular postage, at least here in the United States. So this is not super thick, but it is thick enough just to give it a little bit of a lift. This one's an extra one. We'll save that for another project. Next thing I have my Wink of Stella pens. Love my Wink of Stella pens. These just do a little bit of a fine mica. And let's just add a little bit sort of random. It's really hard to see, but it really does give it a little bit of a shimmer. And then this one's my clear. I used to get these at Hobby Lobby and they discontinued them. So upset that they discontinued these. So let me let these dry. And if I wanted to just do this top one, I can do that. But I think I want to do a little bit. I'm kind of using the side of the brush. A little bit of that. It's not smudging the ink or anything. This one, this is more pink. Let's come in with this. This shimmer looks really pretty in person. I wish it showed up. It really doesn't. Okay, we're done with those. Took 2 seconds. And it adds another sort of layer of visual interest. And now the last thing that I want to do is I want to add some gems to the center of these flowers. Like my last video, this is a super easy, quick video. So we're getting 5 cards done in under an hour. We're at 45 minutes. Now keep in mind, I've been yakking away. Per usual. Where did I just put my gems? Oh, here they are. Okay. Got my gem picker. Maybe I'll just put some right here. And then I'll get this off my desk. Okay. But very simple, very easy, I hope really pretty cards. I did end up doing all thank yous, but you can certainly do birthday, thinking of you, whatever. Not thinking of you. Whatever you want to do. Or you don't even have to put any words. There. Okay. This is the fun part, and it goes quick with a gem picker. So this has like a wax thing at the end and like a, call it like a pusher downer at the other end. Like a metal tip at the other end. And once you get a bunch of cards made, you can have them ready for when you need them. I give them away so quickly. These will be gone within a couple of weeks. I'm telling you. Well, number one, we have to send out thank you notes. But I have, between yesterday's video and today's video, I've made a little bit more cards than what I need. So we've made 5 cards in this video, plus I had the demo. The other video yesterday was 13 cards. It's a lot more thank you notes than what I actually need. But I also am going to be doing a show in September, and I sell cards at my shows. So I will be putting a couple in my bucket to sell too. But mostly, the majority of these are going to be gone shortly. There. I will put those back in the bucket when the video is done. Actually, you know what? Let me add some gems to this so I can use this on who knows what card. I'll find something to put it on. Maybe even in a journal. Put it on the front of a pocket even. There. Just a pretty little flower. All right, put that to the side. So let's go over the cards we made today. This one. This one. This one. This one. And this one. So I like the color match as opposed to the color variation, I think. What do you think? Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has inspired you to make some of these. Maybe you have some stamps. Maybe you have this stamp set, but maybe you have something that looks like this. There's a lot of things that look like this on the market as well. So have fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And check out my website, elementalenergieswithchrisanne.com. Take care. Be free.